So guys, some questions are actually arising regarding the Megyn Kelly interview that she actually did on NBC, or Nothing But Crap. So obviously at the end of the day, we're going to go through it, we're going to talk about this. I have put the disclaimer at the front of the intro, just obviously for trigger warning. So let's jump into it. Some questions are actually arising as to the interview that she did with the father. People are starting to actually look into this and finding out that he might have actually misquoted facts or deliberately lied. Now, at the end of the day, guys, we will play the original clip and then we'll go through and we'll do some research and play some clips for you. So let's show you the first clip so we get some context.
I lost my son. I buried my son. I held my son with a bullet hole through his head.
Now, in that, guys, you actually do hear him get to say that he actually buried his son. He's held his son with a bullet hole in his head. Well, that's the point that people might actually be challenging. According to what I've done some research and other people, the other YouTubers have researched, the fathers and mothers never actually got to hold their son. In fact, when they went through and did the autopsies and whatnot on the children, they actually used a photographer to ID the bodies. The reason why they kept the parents away from the children is due to the fact that they didn't want the parents being emotionally scarred by seeing the actual flesh and blood of their dead children. That I can completely see. But at the end of the day, it does cast some doubt onto this interview, because at the end of the day, he's saying he got to hold his children. Well, no, you didn't. You actually didn't get to hold your son. Here's the clip for that.
And we took identification photographs and did preliminary identification on...
So in that clip, he's actually talking about taking a photo of the body. Now, I'm just putting that first there because that does set up the pretext for this next clip. So let's play that now.
What time? In what shape were the bodies and the families were brought forward to identify?
We did not bring the bodies and the families into contact. We took pictures of them, of their facial features. You have it's easier on the families when you do that. There is a time and a place for up close and personal in the grieving process. But to accomplish this, we felt it would be best to do it this way, and you can sort of you can control the situation depending on your photographer, and I have very good photographers.
So in that clip, you actually see him say they did not bring the parents and the bodies of the children together, that they used photos to ID the body. Now, obviously, he does say there about that would be something at a later stage. So while that clip does leave the door open for the parents to actually see their children at a later stage, it clearly states there that the parents were not allowed to see the bodies due to the fact that it would cause too much trauma, or that they couldn't be able to handle the situation.
You were telling me the story of she has a white casket.
She does. And when we walked in the room, it was the first time we had been able to be with her. And when we walked in the room and we saw that white casket, it just, you felt like the floor was falling out beneath you and your breath was taken away.
You can clearly hear her say in the video that the first time she actually got to see her daughter was at the funeral. Now, this is kind of contradicting the statement from the previous person from the male interview, but we're not done yet. Let's play this next clip.
It's got to be, hard not to have been able to actually see her.
Well, at first I thought that, and I had questioned maybe wanting to see her.
Yet in the same interview as before, there she is reaffirming again that she never actually got to see her daughter, that in fact she actually was going to question that, but then actually decided that she didn't want to. Now, obvious reasons, I can fully understand why the parents didn't want to see the body. And I'm not saying Sandy Hook did or did not happen. NBC, don't do a story about me yet, will you? Wait till I get a little bigger. But at the end of the day, guys, it does throw some questions at this NBC article regarding Megyn Kelly and this father. How can he sit there and claim that he got to hold his son with a bullet in his head or bullet hole in his head if some of the other parents never actually got to hold their kid? This is why conspiracy theories evolve, because you actually get contradicting statements. And this is not the only contradicting thing regarding Sandy Hook. And for the sake of the parents involved in this tragedy, I will actually not touch this at the moment unless something changes in the future. However, guys, I want to know, what are your thoughts on this? Do you think that Megyn Kelly has deliberately put this guy in there knowing it's a lie? Or do you think he has just lied on the interview? Or do you think he's mistaken it? Or do you think he's just remembering what he wants to? Or what do you think happened in this interview? I tend to go down the path that maybe he's playing it up for the camera a little bit because he's trying to tug on heartstrings. I don't know. It's tough because you're dealing with parents that supposedly lost their children. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. And if you like this video, please feel free to share a like. I can imagine the dislikes already, but anyway, feel free to share this video if you like it. At the end of the day, if you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. And apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next video.